Hi, good morning, and welcome to this Thursday class. So for today, we're going to be doing a regular Vinyasa flow. So for those of you guys who have missed a couple of announcements throughout the week, so there's only been a slight change in terms of Vinyasa classes. So Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, we do slow flow, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're doing regular flow Vinyasa. So pretty much the biggest difference here is the pace of the class and also the regular flows on Thursdays and Tuesdays. Not only are they a little bit faster, but they tend to be a bit more of like a level 1-2 split versus the Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays are more of an beginner's level 1. So for today's class, we're actually going to be going into binds. So in order to go into a bind, you need to be able to have the shoulders open, chest nice and open, shoulders are nice and relaxed. And we also need to be able to come forward deeper into our forward folds. So we're going to be exploring both of these things. We're going to have a little bit of fun doing that. We're going to be exploring a couple of different binds near the end of the class. And we're going to see how we can get into these things. So if at all you have a strap available to you, if you've never come into a bind before, straps are very, very useful to actually bring that space together between your hands or your hands and your feet, depending on what area of the body that you're binding. So if you'd like to, you can either take either a scarf or a belt at this time and just take it next to your mat, just in case if you need one. I'm going to go grab mine and also close the front door because it's getting a cold little draft. One moment. Strap. All right, so let's get started for today's class. We're going to go into our meditation. So any belt, strap, or scarf will do. And then finding a nice tall seat. And for today, we're going to start with taking the thumbs underneath the armpits and resting the palms and the lengths of the fingers over the chest. First, we're going to start finding integrity through the body. So let's bring our awareness down to the points of contact on your mat. The sit bones, the thighs and the glutes, the entire legs and the feet. And then as you survey these areas, notice if there's any muscles that are still engaged, softening the muscles and descending the sit bones deeper into the earth, rooting down. And then gradually begin to take your awareness up the entire length of the spine, lengthening the spine, reaching up through the crown of the head, lifting each vertebra at a time. Then as you find integrity through the spine, sliding the shoulders back slightly and noticing a slight openness here across the chest. So we're just gliding the shoulder blades back together. We're not squeezing them together yet. We're just sliding the shoulders back so that they're in line with the heart. Aligning the chin with the earth. And then from here, we're going to start taking a couple of deeper breaths. And as you begin to lengthen each inhalation and exhalation, notice the expansiveness of every single breath. Notice the space between the lungs and the heart. And as we stay with this awareness, with an open chest and open heart, finding our intention for today's practice. And as your intention becomes clearer to you, let's take one deep breath here with our hands still resting over the chest. Let's take the biggest breath that you can take, inhaling through the nostrils, exhaling through an open mouth. And then guiding the palms of the hands together in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. And starting today's practice with a sound of Om. Keeping the shoulders back, keeping the chest nice and open, let us take our inhalation now. Gently fluttering the eyes open. And then we're going to start today's practice. Okay, so from here, we're going to start to bring a little bit of mobility in through the shoulders first before we go into our sun salutations like we usually do in our sunrise vinyasa classes. So let's get our shoulders nice and open. Let's bring the forearms right in front of the body. Elbows are bent. Then from here, we're going to start to draw large circles. So how we're going to do that is we're going to start to lift the arms all the way, guiding the hands behind the head, opening up the elbows nice and wide, and then guiding the elbows all the way down alongside the body. And then bringing the forearms back through center. Exhaling wide. You can start to close your eyes here if you wish. Begin to synchronize your breath with your movements, moving as slow or as fast as you'd like to. Really getting a sense of what your body is asking you today. If at any point in time during your practice today or on any other day or with any other teacher, if you ever feel that your body is wanting to go into another posture, either advance your posture or modify or even just stop. Always paying attention to your body first by always listening to the sensations within the framework of the body. Let's do 2 more rotations in this direction, and then we're going to switch directions. Last rotation here. Beautiful. And we're just going to switch directions. So we're going to guide the arms down alongside the body, open the hands. Hands come behind the head as you guide the forearms back towards the front of the body. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. So from here, let's step the hands behind the back body, and then we're going to step the feet slightly wider than hip width distance apart, right in front of you. So from here, we're just going to go into a little bit of a quick shoulder opener. So what we're going to do here is, it's going to maybe look a little bit funny, but you are going to walk forward on your sit bones. So just scoot yourself forward as much as you can. And then once you start to feel that little bit of lift and tension across the chest, you're going to stop exactly where you are. You're going to close the legs, and then you're going to lift your chest up towards the sky. And then you're going to start to press through the base of the left palm. And then as you begin to exhale, you're going to descend the knees over towards the right. So So you should be feeling this in the left arm, the left shoulder rather. Take a few deep breaths here through the left shoulder. And then inhale the knees back to center, pressing through the right palm. Exhale, knees over towards the left. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, center. Excellent. And now we're going to soften the elbows, shift the sit bones back. We're going to cross the legs. So you're going to be closer towards the front of your mat. And we're going to come up into a standing position, getting ourselves ready for our sun salutations. So we're going to do exactly like we usually do. We're going to go through 3 sun salutations A, and then we're going to go through 3B. There might be some slight variations between the sun salutations in order to start opening up the chest and get that spine nice and lubricated as well. Okay? So in Samasthiti, your toes can either be together with your heels slightly separated, or you can step your feet hip width distance apart, whichever is the most comfortable for your body today. As you inhale, we're going to trace the circumference of the sun all the way up overhead, keeping the shoulders away from the ears. And then as you exhale, you're going to pivot from the hips, lead with the heart, sweep the arms wide into your forward fold. Inhale into your flat back. Then we're going to exhale to forward fold, and we're going to do these 2 motions a couple of times. Inhale, flat back. Scoop the navel in, exhale to fold slightly deeper. Last one. Inhale, flat back. Reach through the crown of the head, shoulders away from the ears. Scoop the belly in. Exhale to fold even deeper. 3, 2, 1. Inhale, flat back. As you exhale, we're going to plant the hands firmly on the ground, opening up your fingers nice and wide. Hop or step back into your plank pose. At the base of your exhalation, hold the breath, scoop the belly in, and slowly begin to descend all the way down to the earth. Untucking the toes, pressing the tops of the feet into the mat. Inhale, reaching through the crown of the head, upward facing dog. Exhale, shift the sit bones back into space, flipping the feet under, downward facing dog. Let's take a couple of breaths here. And if you want to invite movement into your body, please feel free to do so. You can bend your knees, you can pedal out your legs, you can cinch one side and then the other. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bending the knees slightly, pulling the navel back into the spine, taking your gaze towards the space between the hands as you inhale, hop or step towards the front of your mat. Flat back. Scoop the belly in, exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise, trace the sun on the way up. So slight variation here. Palms are going to touch. You're going to interlace the last 3 fingers, point the index up to the sky. You're going to inhale, press and pierce the sky with the index fingers. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. As you exhale, keeping your hips stacked over your ankles, can you start to slide the index fingers all the way back, opening up your heart to the sky. On your next inhalation, sweeping the fingertips across the back body, over towards the right, opening up the left side. As you exhale, tracing the fingertips all the way back, and then inhaling towards the left side. Let's do that one more time through the back body. Exhale through the back. Inhale to the right. Exhale through the back. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the back. Then we're going to go through the front. Inhale, center. As you exhale, we're going to tuck the chin into the chest and guide the index fingers all the way forward. You're going to open up a space between the shoulder blades, exposing the back of the heart behind you. And then as you begin to inhale, you're going to sweep the fingertips all the way over towards the right. And then exhale through the front. Inhale through the left. Exhale through the front. One more time. Inhale right. Exhale center. Inhale left. Exhale center. Beautiful. Inhale all the way up to the sky. Exhale, sweep the arms wide, forward fold, hinging from the hips, leading with the heart. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, hop or step back into your plank. Lowering down on empty lungs. Untucking the toes, variation here. Instead of upward facing dog, we're going to sweep the arms all the way back, interlace the fingers. Press the tops of the feet into the mat enough so that the knees lift. And then as you inhale, press the hands all the way back, lifting the heart up off your mat. And keeping your gaze down to the ground, just in front of your mat here. For 3, every inhalation, reaching back even further, lifting the heart off the ground, even more. 2, and 1. As you exhale, we're going to guide the hands right underneath the shoulders, flip the toes under, and we're going to exhale into our downward facing dog. Beautiful. Let's take 3 breaths here. Last breath. Bending the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale to hop, step towards the front of your mat, flat back. And then exhale to forward fold. Inhale, rise, Hastasana, tracing the sun all the way up. And we're going to exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Inhale to trace the sun, Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale to flat back. Exhale, plank. Scooping the navel in, holding the breath as you lower all the way down. Hugging the arms into the trunk of the body. Untucking the toes. Beautiful. So this time, you're going to bend the right knee, and then you're going to reach that right foot with your left hand. Then you're going to extend your right hand forward. And then, what we're going to do on our inhalation, we're going to lift all 4 limbs off the ground. You're going to press your right foot into the left hand in 3, and to lift. 3, 2, push, press that foot into the hand, and 1, exhale to lower. Beautiful. We're going to switch here. So the right arm's going to come back, left arm is forward, bending the left knee, taking the left foot into the right hand. Inhale, lift, pressing the left foot into the hand. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to lower all the way back down. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Last breath. Bending the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale on your forward fold. Inhale, rise, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samasthiti. Moving in through sun salutations B, starting off with chair pose, Utkatasana. So variation of chair pose here. We're going to sweep the arms behind the back body, interlace the fingers. And then from here, we're going to inhale, reach the crown of the head. We're going to bend the knees, shift the sit bones all the way back into space. And you're going to make sure that you can still see your feet here. If you can't see your feet, shift the sit bones back even further. And then from here, you're going to tuck the chin into the chest. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift the hands all the way up towards the sky. And from here, if you would like to, just for a couple of breaths, you can maintain the belly and the chest over the thighs. And keeping that head nice and heavy, lengthening the back of the neck. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Imagine as though someone's pulling your wrists back, peeling your heart and your chest off your shoulders, taking your gaze forward. Beautiful. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come back down to the ground, planting them firmly, opening up your fingers. And then here we're going to hop or step back into our plank, scooping the belly in, lowering down on empty lungs. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. We're going to come into warrior 1. You're going to pivot the back foot, heel to heel alignment. The back foot's at about a 45-degree angle, stacking your right knee over your ankle. Inhale to trace the sun on the way up. Warrior 1. And then as you exhale, sweep the arms wide, forward fold, pivoting the back foot, step the right foot back plank to lower all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, pivot the back. Warrior 1. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, coming all the way back down, pivoting the back foot, step back, plank to lower all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Last breath. Bending the knees, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale, hop or step to the front, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Bending the knees, descending the sit bones all the way back into space, sweeping the arms behind the back body, interlacing the fingers. On your inhalation, peeling the heart and the chest off the thighs, pressing the arms all the way back, lifting your gaze forward. 4, 3, staying into your seat. 2, And one. From here, we're going to release the clasp of the hands. Inhale to sweep up wide, Hastasana. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastitihi. Beautiful. Inhale, so now we're going to go through just one regular sun salutation B. Inhale, tracing the sun. Whoops, we're going to come back into our seat. I totally missed that pose. So from here, you're going to slide the sit bones back into space, bending the knees, and keeping your gaze nice and steady. Beautiful. For 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come back down to the ground. Inhale, flat back. And then we're going to exhale into plank. Lowering all the way down, empty lungs, hugging the arms in through the trunk. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward, pivot the back, warrior 1. Exhale, plank. Pivot the back foot, step the right foot back to lower. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot forward, pivot the back. Warrior 1, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, hands come back down, step back plank. Lowering all the way down to the ground. Inhale, upward facing dog. Slide the shoulders all the way back, keep the chest open. Exhale, sit bones back, downward facing dog, 3 breaths. Last breath. Knees bend, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale, hop or step to the front, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Knees bend, navel to spine, sit bones to the back. Inhale, Utkatasana, chair pose, guiding the arms alongside the ears. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. So from here, we're going to do the sun salutation B one more time with variations. So we're going to take a couple of variations from our sun salutations A and B. Okay? So first we're going to start off with that chair. Let's guide the arms along behind the back body, interlacing the fingers. Inhale, open up the heart to the sky. And then as you exhale, we're going to bend the knees and shift the sit bones all the way back into space as we fold over our thighs here. Tucking the chin in through the chest, allowing the crown of the head to face the earth, lifting the arms nice and high up overhead. 4, 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, imagine as though someone's pulling your wrists back, as you peel your heart and your chest up off your thighs, keeping your knees greatly bent, and you're shifting your gaze forward. Open chest, open heart for 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come back down to the earth. Inhale, flat back. Lift and lengthen through the crown of the head, guiding the shoulders away from the ears. Exhale, plank. Lowering down from plank. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right foot steps forward. Pivot the back foot. Virabhadrasana 1, warrior 1. And then from here, we're going to exhale, arms sweep back wide, interlacing the fingers behind the back body once again. Staying in our warrior one, we're going to inhale, reach the heart up to the sky, pressing the hands down into the earth. And then as you exhale, we're going to hinge forward from the hips, lead with the heart as you fold into yourself. Just on the inside of the right leg here, taking the crown of the head to face the ground, reaching the hands up all the way overhead, or as much as you can as you actively press the feet away from each other. For 3, 2, and 1. As you inhale, pressing the hands all the way back, lifting the heart and the chest all the way back up. And then as you exhale, sweeping the hands all the way back down, step back plank to lower all the way down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward, pivot the back. Warrior one, reaching the hands up to the sky. Flip the palms away from each other as you exhale, sweep back wide, interlacing the fingers behind the back body. Inhale, heart to sky, hands to the earth. And then as you exhale, hinging from the hips, leading with the heart, folding forward onto the inside of the left leg. Reaching the hands up to the sky, guiding the crown of the head down to the earth. For 3, 2, and 1. Pressing the hands all the way back, lifting the heart back up to the sky as you inhale. Exhale, sweeping the arms back down to the earth, planting them. Pivot the back foot, step the left foot back, plank, and lowering all the way back down. From here, we're going to have another variation. We're going to untuck the toes. So exactly the first variation that we did, we're going to repeat that one. So we're going to bend the right knee, and then we're going to take that right foot into the left hand. You're going to curl the toes under for support. You're going to reach your right arm forward. And then as you inhale, you're going to lift all 4 limbs, pressing the right foot into the left hand vigorously. Inhale, lift. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to lower. And switch. Left arm comes out to the front. Right hand reaches back to catch the left foot. Inhale, pressing the left foot into the right hand, lifting all 4 limbs off the ground. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to lower all the way down. We're going to give our spines a little bit of a rest here. We're going to slide the sit bones back into child's pose. Let's guide the arms alongside the body. And then we have something a little bit more spicy for us on our next round. Let's take one more breath here. Sliding the hands forward. Inhale, tabletop position. Exhale, downward facing dog. All right, so from here, we're going to be going into a high lunge. Then first, we're going to transfer into runner's lunge, and then we're going to attempt our first bind. So inhale, lifting the right leg all the way up to the sky. On your exhalation, you're going to tuck the knee into the nose, curling the spine up. And then as you inhale, you're going to step your right foot forward. Beautiful. Then from here, you're going to press back through that left heel, draw the inner thighs towards each other. And then from here, you're going to start to sweep the arms back behind. It's not behind, alongside the body. You're going to flip the palms towards the ground. The thumbs are pointing away from the body. And the pinkies are pointing in. From here, you're going to start to guide the pinkies towards each other as you slightly lift the heart just off your thigh. You're going to keep your gaze down to the ground, just past the front of your mat, squeezing those pinkies towards each other. Beautiful. Keep that chest nice and open for 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to take our hands back down to the ground. And then you have a couple of different options here. So if you'd like to go into the bind, from here, you can start to guide the right arm onto the inside of the right leg. And you're going to guide that right arm right on the outskirts of that right thigh. And then from here, you're going to sweep that left arm all the way back to catch the right. For stability here, you can pivot the back foot so that the short edge of the foot is in line with the short edge of the mat. Slide that left arm back. Keep that chest nice and open. And if not here, you can go into extended side angle. So you can leave your right hand down on the ground right next to your right foot. And you can sweep your left arm across the earth right over the ear to stretch it out. Holding here for 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to guide the hands back down towards the ground, pivot the back foot, step the right foot back plank, flowing through Vinyasa. All right, we're going to visit that again on the left side. Inhale, left leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, step the left foot forward. And getting ready for our runner's lunge. Press the right heel back. Draw the inner thighs towards each other. And then we're going to start to slide the arms alongside the body, palms face down, thumbs are out, pinkies in. From here, as you inhale, lift the heart slightly off your thigh. As you begin to shift the pinkies towards each other, opening up that chest. For 3, 2, and 1. Pivot the back foot. And we're going to either take the left hand on the ground, or we can start to guide that left arm on the inside of the left leg, sweeping the arm towards the outskirts of the left thigh, taking a hold of your right hand, and you're going to shift that right shoulder all the way back. Keep that chest open. For 3, remember that you can always go into extended side angle instead. 2, and 1. Shift the gaze back down to the ground. Guiding the hands back down, pivot the back foot, step the left foot back plank, flowing through Vinyasa or child's pose. Let's take 3 breaths here. Shaking out your head, front to back, side to side. Last breath. Knees bend, navel to spine, gaze to the front. Inhale, hop or step towards the front of your mat, flat back. Exhale to forward fold. Inhale to trace the sun, Hastasana. Exhale, hands through heart center, Samastitihi. All right, so we're going to give ourselves a little bit of a stretch on the sides of the body and the sides of the shoulders as well, or rather the armpits. So we're going to inhale, fingertips up to the sky. And then from here, as you exhale, you're going to sweep the right arm alongside the right leg as you fold over towards the right. Reaching through the right side with the left hand. Inhale, center. Right arm rises. Exhale, left. Left arm descends as you fold all the way over. Beautiful. Inhale, center. We're going to do one more time on either side. Exhale, fold to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale, left. Beautiful. Inhale, center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, plank. Lowering all the way down. Untucking the toes. From here, we're going to guide the arms alongside the body. And we're doing exactly what we did in our high lunge, or rather runner's lunge. All right, so we're going to flip the palms towards the ground. Thumbs are facing out. Press the tops of the feet into the mat enough so that the knees begin to lift. Take your gaze just past the front of your mat, and then as you inhale, slide the shoulders back, lifting the heart, shifting the pinkies towards each other. Scoop the belly in towards the spine for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, releasing the chest back down to the ground. And from here, we're going to guide the hands right underneath the shoulders. Inhale, upward facing. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more breath here. We're going to inhale, right foot steps forward. Press back through the left heel. Inner thighs draw towards each other. And then on your next inhalation, you're going to trace the sun to rise. And then as you exhale, we're going to come into cactus pose. So the elbows are going to go nice and wide, palms face forward. You're going to shift the heart up towards the sky. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. One more. Inhale, lift. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, lift. Exhale, guiding the hands back down to the ground. Step back, plank. Vinyasa or child's pose. One more breath in downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot steps forward. Press back through the right heel. Navel to spine, square the hips, inner thighs draw in. Inhale, trace the sun. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. Squeeze those shoulders towards each other, kind of like you're squishing a walnut right in between the shoulder blades. 2 more. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. Inhale, up. Exhale, cactus. Excellent. All right, let's inhale all the way up to the sky. Hinge from the hips, forward fold, hands to the ground, step back, plank, to lower all the way down to the ground. Untucking the toes, inhale, upward facing dog. Now we're going to lower all the way back down. Exhale to lower all the way back down. Beautiful. Okay, so from here, this is the last strengthening thing that we're going to do with the spine, and then we're going to start to visit some very deep forward folds. So from here, you're going to press the tops of the feet into the mat, and then you're going to come into cactus pose. So let's shift the hands forward and squeeze the shoulder blades back. Beautiful. Keep that heart nice and lifted. Elbows are reaching all the way back. Shoulders are moving in towards each other. Shoulders away from the ears for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale, hands come back down to the ground. And then we're going to come into child's pose, shifting the sit bones all the way back into space. Child's pose. So just a quick tip here. I usually find that when we're working through the shoulders and opening up the chest, I find that the more comfortable position for at least my body in child's pose is to actually guide your arms alongside the body and allow the shoulders to drape towards the ground. So we're going to be going into one deep forward fold, and then we're going to go straight into our bind. Let's take one more breath here. Inhale through the nose, exhale through the mouth. And then as you inhale, keeping the sit bones at the heels, we're just going to straighten the spine, guiding the crown of the head all the way up to the sky. Woo, it's a spastic one today. All right. And then we're going to shift one hip down and the legs forward. So this adjustment, which you heard at the beginning of the class, in our forward fold, you can make this adjustment in every single forward fold to come a little bit deeper. Before we come deeper, let's start to actually lengthen the spine with the breath. So from here, you're going to press out through the heels, tuck the toes in towards you, and then we're going to widen the sit bones and start to tilt the pelvis forward. So easiest way to do that is to actually rotate the thighs out. So you're going to grab the inner thigh, you're going to rotate those legs all the way out, those thighs rather, all the way out. And as you rotate the thighs outward, you're going to notice that the sit bones actually widen and you feel a little bit more stability sinking the sit bones down into the ground. Inhale to reach up to the sky. And then as you exhale, you're going to hinge from the hips, lead with the heart into your forward fold. You're going to take 3 breaths here on each exhalation, bringing your breath through the entire length of the spine to open up the space between each vertebra. You're going to allow the head to be very heavy, draping forward to begin lengthening the back of the neck as well. Let's take one more breath here. And then you're going to shift your gaze towards the toes. And then you're going to inhale, pull the heart forward to lengthen the spine. Scoop the belly in, and then as you exhale, come into a slightly deeper forward fold. One more breath, and we're going to take one more adjustment to get a little bit deeper. Gaze to the toes. Inhale, pull the heart forward, navel to spine. And then you're going to exhale to fold deeper. For 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, fingertips to the sky. We're just going to release the spine here very quickly. And then as you exhale, you're going to shift the palms underneath the shoulders with the fingertips facing forward. You're going to point the toes down to the ground. And then as you inhale, you're going to squeeze the glutes and lift the hips up nice and high, pressing through all 4 limbs. You're going to be careful not to crank your neck back. You're going to keep your neck nice and long, reaching through the crown of the head for 3. Be careful not to lock your elbows. 2, and 1. Exhale, lower all the way back down. Beautiful. And from here, we're going to bend the right knee. We're going to take that heel as close towards the right sit bone as possible. So we're coming into our second bind, if you took the first one. So from here, you're going to start to flex that left foot. And then you're going to take your right arm and you're going to guide your right arm right onto the inner part of that right leg. Reach as far as you can reach past your left foot. And then from here, if your armpit is either in line or just past your knee, so keep reaching. Then you're going to pivot your palm outward, so your thumb is pointing down to your mat. Then you're going to wrap your right arm behind the outskirts of the right leg. And then you're going to sweep your left arm back to catch your right wrist, or your right hand is going to catch your left wrist rather, or your left hand. Now, here's where your strap or scarf will come into play. If you have space here, you can start coming into your bind using a strap. And this is how. You can take your strap into your right hand, and then you can find the strap with your left to start getting the body getting used to coming into binds. And then eventually, as you continue your practice, you can start walking your hands closer and closer and closer together, leaning more forward. Your forward folds are going to be integral in this. The more you can forward fold, the more you have access to wrap your arms behind the back body into your bind. Let's stay here for 2 more breaths. Inhale, crown reaches towards the toes, scoop the belly in, exhale to forward fold a little bit deeper. Beautiful. Inhale, crown to sky, unwrap your arms. And then we're going to extend the right leg forward, and then we're going to bend that left knee. Heel to sit bone. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, hinge from the hips, reaching all the way forward, as much forward as you can reach. Reach. You're going to flip the left thumb down to the ground, wrap your arm behind the back body. Right arm reaches all the way back until you can grasp either your strap, your scarf, or your hands. And then from here, we're going to come into one more little adjustment, coming deeper into our forward folds. Keeping your eyes towards the right toes, inhale to reach forward through the heart. Scoop the belly in, exhale to fold a little bit deeper. P.S. If you don't have a strap, you can reach your arms back. So that reaching aspect is also going to help open up your chest. So if that's not available for you today, that's totally okay. You can just keep reaching those fingertips towards each other no matter what the space is between your hands. Beautiful. Inhale, back up. And then exhale to straighten out that left leg. Excellent. Okay, so from here, we're going to come into one more bind. And we're going to do this a little bit gradually. So if you don't want to come into another bind, you can come into the first posture that we're going to be going into, just to start to release the outer hips if you'd like. So first modification here is you can make the number 4 with the legs. So you're going to take your outer right ankle over the left thigh. You're going to keep that right foot fully flexed if this is the pose that you're choosing to do today. And then from here, you can come into your forward fold, reaching as much as you can towards your left foot. Okay? Alternatively, if you would like to come into the bind, you can start to point the right toes back, and you're going to slide that right heel towards the left hip. Okay? And then we're going to come into our bind. So if you have space between your foot and your hand, this is where you can use your strap or your scarf. You're going to wrap your strap or your scarf at the top of your right foot. Strap is going to come all the way back. And then you can take the strap into the right hand, and you're going to walk your hand as close as you can towards that foot. Then you're going to inhale, reach the left hand up towards the sky, scoop the belly in, and you're going to hinge from the hips, lead with the heart into your forward fold. If you don't need the strap, you're just going to take a hold of that right foot with the right hand and fold. Last breath. And then inhale to rise. And exhale to unwind. So whichever pose that you came in on this side, we're going to repeat that pose. So if you did the position of the number 4, remember that your foot stays nicely flexed. And this is more of an outer hip opener as you come into your forward fold. So if you can't reach your foot, that's totally okay. You can take your hands down to the ground and just walk them forward. And if not, if you'd like to come into a bind, start to take that heel as close towards the right hip as possible. You can wrap the front of your left foot if you wish, like so, with anything that you have available to you. And you're going to guide those straps into the left hand, and you're going to gradually walk your hand as close to your foot as possible here. Remember to keep that right foot flexed at all times. And if you don't need the strap, you can just take a hold of your foot right here, just like so. Inhale, right hand up to the sky. And then as you exhale, pivot from the heart, pivot from the hips, lead with the heart, forward fold. You know what I meant. Last breath. Inhale to rise. And exhale to unwind. All right. So let's come back down to the mat to close off today's practice. You're going to scoot your sit bones forward, bending the knees. You're going to slide the spine all the way back down to the ground. If you'd like to do a quick release here for the lower spine, the hips, and the abdominal muscles, you can guide your arms into wide T position or cactus. Feet are as wide as the mat, and you can start to switch the knees from side to side. Please, if your body is asking you to do anything else, always make sure that you're honoring your body first before the person that's talking at the front of the class. Your body is highly intelligent, and its way of communicating with you is through sensations. So the whole point of yoga is actually to get so in tune with our bodies, to know what our sensations are telling us, and to honor our bodies as such. Your body is always going to be your first and foremost teacher at all times. Excellent. Then from here, we're going to guide the knees into the chest if you choose to do so. Exhale, forehead to knees. Then slowly begin to expand the entire body back down to the ground into Shavasana, corpse pose. If you have any discomfort in the lumbar spine, you may choose to widen your feet, bending your knees, and allow the knees to come in towards each other like so. Okay? Taking a couple of deep breaths here, allowing the body to relax back to the earth. And as you survey the body, from the base of the feet to the crown of the head, from the crown of the head to the base of the feet, releasing every single muscle engagement throughout the body and allowing the body to melt and release itself into the earth, completely supported and cradled. surrendering to gravity, releasing and letting go. Let's take the last breath here. And slowly bending the knees and rolling over towards the right side. Planting the left hand in front of the chest. And taking a moment in gratitude for every single one of your efforts, for every time you listened to your body, for coming onto your mat, even if there was no movement. Coming onto your mat alone is a practice within itself. Even if we stay in observation, we are still doing yoga to its fullest extent. For yoga is not about asana practice. It is not about movement. It is about mindfulness. It is about being aware of what our body needs from moment to moment. It is focusing on our breath and bringing all of our awareness inward and stepping into that journey, whatever that journey looks like. And then as you inhale, pressing through the left palm to rise into a seated position to close today's practice with a sound of Om on our exhalation. Let's take the hands towards each other into Anjali Mudra in front of the heart, placing the lengths of the thumbs over the sternum. In deep gratitude for your self-practice today, whatever that looked like. Let us take our inhalation to Om now, keeping our intentions in mind. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Peace, peace, peace. May every single cell of your entire being be filled with love, light, abundance, bliss, freedom, and optimal health. May all beings be happy, be happy, be happy. Namaste, everyone. Enjoy the sun. It is going to be a spicy one out there today. So please hydrate and stay in the shade or inside where there's a fan or an air conditioner. I hope that you guys had some fun in today's practice. That you enjoyed that, opening up the chest and opening up the spine as well. Of course, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to drop a line. I love feedback. I live for feedback. Reason being, so I'm just going to give you a quick little why I enjoy feedback and why it's important for everyone's practice. As a teacher, I'm used to being in classes in front of people. Thus, I usually make my sequences moment to moment, observing the bodies that are in front of me. So to help us actually have a little bit more consistency and a better practice together, this feedback that I get from you guys is so beneficial. I get to know exactly what it is that you're needing, what you're wanting to see, modifications, whether they're for a gentler practice or to spice up your life a little bit. All of that feedback is integral for us to have better practices. Please help me serve you better, and every comment that you make will help everyone else as well in future practices. Sending you love, light, and so much abundance. Namaste.